all set up. I want to thank all the candidates who came out tonight to come to the event. I know it's a bit busy and getting a little hectic out there. I did receive regrets from candidate Mr. Alan Jackson, had to head for a family emergency out east, so he's unable to make it tonight. He really wished he could be here. Now, I do want to say the purpose of tonight's event is that it is an all candidates meeting. That means all questions that we're going to ask will be for all candidates, both mayoral and council. And the purpose of this meeting is intended for everybody to speak to their platforms specifically. Now, some general housekeeping announcements before I dive into the rules of the event and everything that will take place. For those of you who haven't been to the hall before here at the Memorial Hall, bathrooms are located near the entryway at the start of the hall there. Should there be any medical emergencies, the event will be paused or canceled to tend to that. So if there is any medical emergencies, just flag us. We'll take care of it. Fire exits are all over the place, so don't just focus if there is the unlikely event of a fire. It's not just the entryway up there. There is an exit point everywhere where there is a marked exit with the exit signs. So, with that being said, I want to go over some of the rules tonight for what the expectations is from you, the audience, as well as a little bit about the candidate rules that we have outlined for this particular meeting.
I'm not sure the speaker's working.
Can you hear me on that side? Perfect, perfect. Awesome, thank you, thank you. Okay, so for the audience rules tonight, we are asking to maintain a nonpartisan atmosphere. So any kind of campaign materials, we do ask to kind of keep them to yourself, no holding up signs and things like that in respect of everybody in the audience. Our candidates have also left any kind of campaign materials that they have at a table in the back. Feel free to look over them and grab them on the way through. I do ask that you respect the moderator. So we do have, if there is any particular excessive disturbances or things like that, you might be asked, or you might be warned and asked. Only pre-submitted questions will be asked tonight. So we did have an online survey as well as some emails that came through, and we put them together and vetted them for tonight's meeting. Any distracting sounds or gestures aren't permitted. So if there's any excessive noises, we're going to ask to keep it down. Any signs of agreement or disagreement are okay, as long as it's within reason and we have time to move on to the next candidate to answer the question. Photography and videography will be in place tonight. We do have signs posted. If you're not comfortable with that, it will be posted on Facebook and things like that. We would just ask for you to leave it if you're not comfortable with it being recorded. Now, for the candidates' rules, as far as we outlined, we do ask very much the same things. We do ask to maintain a courteous and professional tone, as well as we're not allowing for sounds or gestures that might be considered distracting. This is a meeting, not a debate. There won't be any rebuttals, but there will be closing statements. There's an opening bit as well as closing statements at the end. Each candidate has 2 minutes to answer questions that are posed, and they will be indicated with the signage from our timekeeper, Ashley here. Ashley is also in the brown hair, so will be the tonight's timekeeper. She will hold up a yellow sign to indicate that there is 60 seconds remaining for all candidates as well as the audience to see. When it gets within 30 seconds left of the question, she'll hold up a red sign and will ding the bell once to indicate that there's 30 seconds remaining. When time is up, there will be a stern 3 dings on the bell, and the microphone will be passed on. If time is exceeded and directions are ignored from the moderator or the timekeeper, a warning will be given. Excessive warnings will result in being asked to leave. We're trying to hold a very clean event and being respectful of everybody here. All right. Now, as far as it goes for who we have in attendance tonight, running for mayor, we have Mr. John Allen, We have Miss Samantha Piper and Mr. Ed Wood. Running for council, we have Mr. John Buckley, Mr. Leo Fascio, Mr. Leslie Gezesarin, Mr. Alan Jackson. He extended his regrets tonight. He was not able to make it due to a family emergency, as well as Miss Michi Vidal. Mickey. Now, wrapping things up before we kind of dive in with all the introductions here, I do want to say if there is at any point any questions that kind of fall out of, or any answers that fall out of line of what the question was being asked, I will raise point of order and I will ask to return back to the point of the question. So just, that will be a card that I will play if we get too far away from the question. Now, rolling through into introductions, I'm actually going to start from the right with Leslie here. And we're going to continue through all of the candidates to give their introduction. They each have 3 minutes to talk about themselves and then